Hey, welcome back to the This Old Baker podcast. I'm Kim, and today I want to talk about something that has nothing to do with pantry mixes or scratch cooking. I took a 3-hour nap the other day. Not planned, not scheduled, my body just shut down. I laid down and was out. Dreamless sleep, the kind your body takes when it's done negotiating with you. And when I woke up, I felt something I don't always let myself feel. I felt like I'd done the right thing. Today we're talking about social media and the lie it tells you about how much it needs you. Because it doesn't. And I think a lot of you need to hear that right now. Here's what social media has been very carefully designed to make you believe. That if you step away, even for a day, everything falls apart. Your reach drops. Your audience forgets you. Your momentum disappears. You become irrelevant. And I want to be honest with you. Some of that is technically true in a very narrow sense. Algorithms do reward consistency. Posting every day does signal to the platform that you're an active creator worth showing to people. But here's what nobody tells you. The algorithm recovers. Your audience recovers. 1 missed day, 2 missed days, even a week. Your people are still there when you come back. The ones who matter anyway. What doesn't recover as easily is you. Your body keeps score in a way the algorithm never will. And for some of us, that score can get very high, very fast, before we notice what's happening. I have immune and fatigue issues. I don't talk about this constantly because I don't want it to define how people see me or my work. But it's part of my reality, and it's relevant to this conversation. When I push through on a day my body is telling me to stop, I pay for it. Not just that day, sometimes for several days after. The kind of tired that sleep doesn't fix, the kind where your brain works at half speed and everything takes twice as long and nothing feels right. And what I've learned over time is that pushing through is sometimes the worst thing I can do. Not because I'm weak, not because I lack discipline, but because my body has information that my to-do list doesn't. That nap today wasn't laziness. It was my body cashing a check I'd been writing all week. A week of long days, content creation, dealing with some genuinely stressful situations, chiro appointments, errands, all of it. My body said enough and I finally listened. That's not a failure. That's the smartest thing I did all day. Let me tell you what actually happened while I napped for 3 hours today. My content was still on the site. My recipes were still there. My newsletter had already gone out. My podcast episodes were still live. The posts I'd scheduled were still posting. People were still finding my recipes through search. My audience was still there. Social media survived without me for 3 hours. Shockingly. This is what a system looks like. Not grinding yourself into the ground every single day. Not being available every moment. Building something that can run for a few hours, or a day, or a weekend, without you being physically present and tapping a screen. The goal of what I've built at This Old Baker, the pantry mixes, the podcast, the email list, the SEO, is that it works while I sleep, while I'm at the chiropractor, while I'm getting new tires and having lunch with my husband, while I'm doing the actual living that makes the content worth making. If your social media presence requires you to be present every single moment to survive, that's not a business. That's a hostage situation. So here is the permission you didn't know you were going to get from a baking podcast today. You are allowed to put the phone down. You are allowed to not post today. You are allowed to take a nap, go for a walk, sit outside, be present with your family, do absolutely nothing for an afternoon, and come back when you're ready. The people who follow you because they genuinely like what you do will still be there. The algorithm will recalibrate. Your content will still exist. Nothing that actually matters will have disappeared while you were gone. And if stepping away for a day causes your entire audience to evaporate, I want you to really sit with that, because that's not a loyal audience. That's an audience that was only ever there for the dopamine hit of new content, not for you. The audience worth building sticks around. The content worth creating doesn't require you to sacrifice your health to produce it. I'm not telling you to disappear. I'm not telling you to abandon your consistency or stop showing up. I'm telling you to build a system that gives you permission to be human. Batch your content when you have energy. Schedule posts ahead so a bad day doesn't mean a missing day. Build an email list that you own so you're not entirely dependent on an algorithm that can change its mind about you tomorrow. Create content that lives somewhere, a blog, a podcast, a YouTube channel, not just in the feed that disappears in 24 hours. And then when your body says stop, listen. When your kids need you, be there. When you need a day that has nothing to do with content, take it. I did that today. I had chiropractic appointments, ran errands, had lunch with my husband, came home, did some work, and then my body made a decision for me and I slept for 3 hours. And tomorrow the site will still be there. The podcast will still be there. The recipes will still be there. Because I built it that way on purpose. Social media will survive without you today. I promise. Your body is not optional. Your health is not a sacrifice worth making for an algorithm. The rest of it, the content, the posting, the showing up, can wait a few hours. It can wait a day. It will be there when you're ready. Take the nap. Answer the phone when your family calls. Go outside. Come back when you're actually ready to come back, not just when the guilt gets loud enough. You built this. You're allowed to step away from it sometimes. Thanks for being here. Go take care of yourself. Find me at thisoldbaker.com and on Facebook and Instagram at thisoldbaker. I'll see you next week.